One God we must be counted to be united and one. In this land we are discounted. Got to end our division amongst men now. So many have been replaced with the power money brings pain. There's no reason to be anxious. Got to stand up and rise again now. All over the world, people are changing, changing. My God, for the better. All over the world, people are changing, changing.
Good afternoon, Facebook. You're live with the Wake and Bake crew, Darrell and Ed. And hello, Rose. How are people all there today? We're just bringing you a Thursday afternoon update.
Hello out there. Hello, Ed. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Rose. I'm coming to you live from Maplewood, in my kitchen here in Maplewood. It is March, I believe. What are we on?
The 11th of March, 2021. Yeah, beautiful Thursday afternoon.
Why? What do you have for us today? I did have a guest for us lined up today, but we're gonna do some more work with them, and we'll have them on a full episode on Tuesday's show. So stay tuned for that. More details to come.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Well, as you know, we have both modifications to the Minnesota Medical Cannabis Program passing through the state legislature, and we have full adult use recreational legislation passing through the state legislature. Let's see, that's Ryan Winkler's bill, HF 600 in the House. And I believe it's what that airplane, SF, Senate File 757 in the Senate side. That's the full-blown, like 200 plus page law bill to cover all aspects of if cannabis was legal for adult use in Minnesota. That's what's happening. There's been no committee action this week. There's rumor has it that some of these bills might see some committee action next week, but the calendar so far for HF 600 or SF 757 is null and void, Darrell. Now, on the medical cannabis program side of things, the Senate, that bill passed committee, and I believe is now actually sitting for general orders. And we had that discussion that it's probably going to sit there until more is done on the House side, and they'll let the modifications to the medical bill, get finalized basically in the House, and then make the final changes in the Senate side, pass it, and it should move on. Is that still your belief, Darrell?
That is still my belief, Ed. And the thing is, here in Minnesota, we're very fortunate that we have a bicameral legislature, meaning that we propose legislation in a 2-year cycle. So as long as we meet the committee deadlines in these next several weeks, we'll be able to keep the bill alive. and it will have the same bill number for next year. There's a lot of things happening on the national side. New Mexico has one of the shorter legislative sessions in the country. They're about to approve, I believe, medical access to cannabis, as well as I believe they have bills pending for recreational use as well. We'll know what their legislature ends on the 20th or so of this month. So we'll know what that looks like there. I know the bill that Normal is supporting is House File 12 because it allows for the social aspect of reinvesting money into neighborhoods that have been proportionally disadvantaged from economical prohibition against marijuana. So I think it's good to follow some of the national stuff too, because those social aspects of the program and how it's going to tie into the medical and cannabis program here in Minnesota, that's going to be something that we're going to model from, even if we have the strict program that we currently have. So we're gonna take some of those things, and eventually that will become law in Minnesota as well. So.
Well, I will say that I sure do hope that the modification to the medical cannabis program, again, that's Senate File 1179 and House File 1413. One of the major changes that's being proposed this year, everybody, is the raw cannabis flower. That's right, folks. You heard it here. Minnesota is actually considering adding smokable cannabis to their medical program. We are like the most restrictive state with a medical program for cannabis. We don't have any flower available right now whatsoever. And so that did pass. I have the Senate hearing that Senator Abler out of Anoka, he even said he thought that there should be no problem with this getting added to the medical program because I don't remember his exact words, but basically he was saying because it's such a low harm, substance.
Yeah, you're talking about the lower
Toxicity. Yeah, that's right. Low toxicity. That's right. I don't have that clip available today, Darrell. I was looking for it. There's other things that we've got going on behind the scenes that we've been dealing with, Darrell, as you know. So I was not able to go ahead and get that clip ready for today. We were planning on a different show, like Darrell was saying, like just a half hour ago, we were informed that we're going to have to postpone our guests for today. So, hey, we're winging it. And now we have a couple of Wake and Bake crew people come on with us this afternoon. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Rose left, it looks like.
Ryan's still here, and that new guy, that guy in the shed.
Yeah.
I think he's on too.
Yeah. So, again, if you're interested in the medical bill, it right now is sitting in the House and it's making progress. So you can call your state representatives in the House and tell them that you are. Well, we hope you're in support of HF 600, but you can also go ahead and thank them. Many of them have already voted in one committee or another for this bill. It's already maxed out the number of authors, Darrell, as you were pointing out the other day. Even if people wanted to sign their name onto it, there's just no room on the actual legislative agenda for that.
At least in the House side. So here's the deal. For those of us that know that our House members signed on to it, what we need to do is go back and make sure our senator also signs on to it in the Senate side. Let's get it moving in the Senate. Let's see some action. Let's get it to the governor. Let's see if the governor really will put his money where his mouth is and sign it and make cannabis available in Minnesota. Not only for us that need it and us that use it as medicine, but for all of us.
Well, as you know, Darrell, if it's going to go anywhere in the Senate, one of the main people you need to talk to and convince to get it moving is Majority Leader Paul Gazelka. Folks, he's the majority leader in the Senate. He represents every one of us Minnesota citizens. You can give his office a call. There's his number right there on the screen. Please give him a call. Let him know that there's legislation. This is a Senate File 757. 757. That's the adult cannabis legalization bill. If you want it to make any ground in the Senate, we're really going to have to get the majority leader to go ahead and tell his people, let the will of the people move it forward. I think money's not going to do it because there's not enough money from where he's at up north. And the people that are his constituents directly in his area, there's probably not enough of them to go ahead and sway his opinion either. I really think that we're going to go ahead and have to have him just not be a roadblock and allow the people below him to bring it through the committees. There's his number. Give him a call. If you like the top-down approach, give Governor Tim Walz a call. There's his phone numbers, folks. Please give him a call. Say, Governor, I support your efforts to go ahead and modify the medical marijuana program. You know, these representatives that we have, politicians as they are, when they do good for us, we need to say thank you for that. So, you know, Governor Walz has been very open. He said, make these modifications. He's put it forth that he'd like to go ahead and see a cannabis legalization, decriminalization bill move forward. I say give him a call. Tell him you support that. And if he can go ahead and put any pressure on it, there is a way, Darrell. What is that? He can put money in his budget. Is that right?
Yeah, that is right. He makes a budget. He makes a budget once a year, and he also does a supplemental budget that just came out. He just gave additional money to distance learning and for folks to do a hybrid learning model. He gave an additional $150 million for some educational hybrid learning programs. He just did that with one stroke of the pen. So you can do that with cannabis legalization too. All we need to do is get him to talk about it, put it in his budget.
That sounds like a great idea. You know, folks, you don't just have to call and say, hey, give Pot a chance. You can actually give them file numbers. You can go ahead and give them actual reasons for doing this. Okay? The governor seems to be on our side. He seems to be pro-cannabis. I think that he is not the roadblock. Again, right now, the legislation for adult use cannabis legalization really sits in the Senate. Our majority leader, Paul Gazelka, is like the roadblock that we have to overcome. So if we can sway him or enough of the other members in the Senate to go ahead and persuade him to let it go through the committees, we know that there's an overwhelming majority of the citizens of Minnesota that want cannabis legalized for adult use.
One more thing, and too, we can also reach out to Melissa Franzen again and thank her for her support for this bill, and also thank her for coming on the show. And that would also she'll put more pressure and tell her to keep supporting us along the way.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I was saying before, you know, our legislators, they don't always do as good, but when they do, we need to go ahead and say thank you. And, you know, we need to also go ahead and like follow up with them because they don't answer all of our questions. They say, oh, we'll get back to you. But a lot of times it takes us getting back to them in order for them to get back to us. You know how that goes. So, Darrell, I want to go ahead and let you know I created a little 2.5 minute rolling video that we've been playing on the Wake and Bake channel here. It shows all the committee members. See, this bill is going to be in the Ag Policy Finance Committee next week. And even though we know a lot of the legislatures, the representatives there are probably going to vote for it, there's a handful that might not. And either way, we need to go ahead and let these people know before they go to the committee hearing that we support them, we stand beside them, and that we want legal cannabis here in Minnesota.
Absolutely, and I did see those. I did see that video. I did see that. I watched it twice last night as I was thumbing through some other things and dealing with some other issues. I did a great job. And yes, let's make sure we give them a call, let them know what side we're on, and just how far we'll go for legal cannabis in Minnesota.
That's right. And you can always find out what's going on with these bills. Just log into www.leg.mn.gov. That's the state's legislative website. Now, I'll tell you, it's not like up to the minute current, but they do a very good job of getting stuff up there in a timely manner. And you'd be surprised at some of the things that you can see. For the committee hearings, a lot of times you can actually read written testimony. Many of these committee meetings have audio, if not audio and video available for you to go ahead and watch, or actually download and replay at your convenience. So I think the state of Minnesota is making access very, very easy, and we should all try to take use of that. We really should.
Absolutely, and I remember 10 years ago or more, even I've been up there 28 years as a citizen lobbyist. I remember the very limited information that would sit on the servers of the House Library and the Senate servers. And today, there's a wealth of information there, going all the way back at least the 32 years that I've been around the Capitol. And also, I mean, like you said, to be able to plug in and watch videos and watch committees live stream today it's easy access more than anything.
Absolutely.
Greater Minnesota does need high-speed internet. They do need better broadband up there, because with better broadband and high-speed internet gives you full participation and full access to your government. So I support those things, even though it's challenging to write those checks sometimes to Greater Minnesota when it's easier in the Twin Cities, because you have a tax base. You have an easier tax base to draw from.
Yeah, that's the political game, I guess. But again, everybody, please, if you can find the time to just call Ryan Winkler, the majority leader, and leave him a message of support. He is the author of HF 600. This is a fantastic first of its kind in Minnesota. This bill is quite comprehensive. If you have a concern, if you haven't had a chance to look it over, and you see something that you need, that you would like changed, that you would like added, that you would like to talk about, give the majority leader's office a call. That you can email him also. There's the information right there at the bottom of the screen. And believe me, he would be happy to hear from all of you. Support, against. He wants to know what needs to be changed in order to get this law across the goal line, folks. Okay? We want adult legalization in Minnesota. We're going to have compromise, but we have to do it. We have to do it. We have to get this done. Everybody around us, we're going to be the last on the block. Come on. This is Minnesota, folks. We're supposed to be progressive.
Right.
Nice background, Ryan.
He was working on that app throughout half the show already. How you doing, Ryan? Are we being informative right now, or what can we? How can we improve?
I think you guys are doing just fine.
So, I'll tell you that the legalization bill SF 757 is sitting over there in a committee. It isn't on the committee schedule, but it's been assigned to the committee, and that's Warren Limmer's committee. So to even get it through Warren Limmer's committee, that next committee in the Senate, we're going to have to move him, and he's also a hard no right now, folks. So you can go ahead and give him some phone calls, tell him you support this. Please let it come through his committee. But
His phone number is right on the bottom of the screen somewhere.
yes, it is. It's 651-296-2159. Warren Limmer. Yes, it's going to be in his committee. That would be Judiciary, Public Safety, Finance, and Policy Committee, SF 757. It's been assigned to his committee. It's been sitting there since the beginning of February, I believe. I mean, again, we know the Senate's going to drag their heels. So, Warren Limmer and Paul Gazelka are the two main people in the Senate to go ahead and try to get any movement on the adult use cannabis legalization in the state of Minnesota. Okay, folks, that's what I have to say to that. Hopefully, we'll get some committee hearings. Like Darrell was saying, though, as long as we make the committee deadlines that's needed in the House bicameral, this won't just disappear.
Right. So even if you think we're done, or you think we got to win in the House, it still takes all of us to tell our story and to make that personal connection with. Even if we think we know what our legislator supports it or not, it takes that personal connection to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, I know 2 years ago you supported this. Are you still with me today?" And you'll be surprised. Some of them might say yes, but a couple of them are going to say no as well. So make sure remake that connection and reaffirm your viewpoints. And cannabis needs to be legal in Minnesota, and it needs to be done today. Thank you.
I totally agree with you, and I'll just let you know. I am on the board of Minnesota Normal, and I know that on our Facebook page or on our web page out there, there is they're doing a poll or a survey, whatever they're trying to go ahead and get people to basically sign on to tell Paul Gazelka to make a move. So, if you're not the phone call type, you're not the email type, you may want to pop over there, take a look. I'll see if I can find that link. I wasn't thinking about that. I should have been. You know how it goes.
That's all right. I think Greg might have something to say to it.
Oh, he likes Paul Gazelka.
Yeah, you like Paul Gazelka? What do you like about Paul?
Bleep, 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 bleep. I find him to be a massive obstructionist. He's not a politician. He's really great at manipulating the system to work only in his favor. Politicians are people that are supposed to be, by nature, of a group of people that can come to a common idea and can actually negotiate and come to terms with not getting everything. That is not what Paul Gazelka is. He's a man that obstructs all progress in the state of Minnesota unless it benefits him. That's our problem. We have a government system that's being manipulated and controlled by a few people in the state. There are lots of senators out there on the Republican side that are in favor of what we want here, guys. That is not, it's not a debate about Republicans or Democrats. It's a debate upon the people in control of those two parties and their views, because they're dominating and not even letting their constituents speak.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yep, it's their caucuses, it's their party caucuses, it's the committee.
He's afraid to let them actually vote. That's sad, because one, he needs this control, and somehow he feels this is, I don't know, a personal thing for him, and that's fine. But take yourself out of the equation. You are in charge of the Senate, and you're in charge of everything that's brought to the floor of the Senate. How about you be fair and honest with the people of the state of Minnesota that put you into that position and gave you that power, that you're going to allow our words to be heard before your committees?
Well, I also would encourage you guys to reach out to Tom Massoni, the pro tem president of the Senate, and urge him to come on to the Wake and Make show. I've been working with his staff and so forth, and we should call him and tell him to come on to our show and talk to us. He is the pro tem president right now because he switched his party affiliation from Democrat to Independent. So he can vote. He can play with his vote. So
I would love to ask Paul Gazelka in his district how much money and revenue comes in from alcohol and all of those resorts that bring in all that dough every summer.
right.
And he's so afraid of a plant. And he doesn't even understand how much money this plant can bring to his district.
I don't think he understands probably how much money is already flowing through his district and he's missing out on. Come on, everybody. I've been fishing before. I know what it's like sitting out there on the ice in the middle of the night.
Not including the summertime, right?
Oh, then you out on a boat?
I hope all those resort owners and all those small business people up in the Brainerd Lakes area understand the more he obstructs this, the more this hurts their area, because he's the face of prohibition. And at some point, they're going to take it out on his district and the way that he is obstructing things. And those voters up in those areas, I believe, need to understand that they're also losing revenue. Those resorts would all be able to sell and have a dispensary on site or potential ownership of dispensaries and or lounges. And he is directly taking that revenue out of their pockets.
Right. At the very least, their kitchen revenues would go up and their food budget would.
Dang right. Also, you know what they would have is probably some of the crimes that happen up there might actually get solved instead of arresting some 19-year-old kid for smoking a joint or harassing some hippie on the lake trying to fucking catch some fish. He paid his license to fish. He ain't bothering nobody. Let's not get ourselves, like Ed said, fishing's much better stone.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely
Better stone.
Only possibility to get me out there.
Oh my gosh, of course it is.
There it is, Ag. Fishing much better stone. You heard it live from Greg. I presume he's from Maplewood. If not, I'm in Maplewood, so.
Well, there you have it, folks. Senate File 757, the adult use of cannabis. Get a hold of Majority Leader Paul Gazelka. Tell him you'd like to see this bill move through the House, move through the Senate, put on the governor's desk, signed into law, so that people can come up north and enjoy his constituents' resorts, his lakes, his woods, high as hell.
Horses. Let's not get ourselves golfing is much better stone too.
How could you do it not stone?
I'm Chasing the little.
Oh.
That's all I'm looking for.
Oh, how funny. Well, folks, I think we're going to wrap it up for this Thursday afternoon. We hope to see you Tuesday. Hey, the crew is hoping to get back together in the mornings. It's been a rough afternoon. Hey, wait, maybe we have Rose coming in. She's going to share something with us there. How you doing? Hey, we're just getting ready to say goodbye to everybody. We're just and then you dinged in, so we can continue. All right, folks, we'll see you next week. Y'all have a good weekend. Keep an eye on our stream for any legislative update.